Hey guys, it's about 1:20 a.m. on May 25th, 2026, and this is going to be a recap of May 25, May 24, 2026. So I started off the day pretty strong by doing a lot of just admin stuff, looking into visas, and planning out the long-term sort of moves with where I'll live, how I'll live there, specifically about Dubai. Figured out the type of visa I'm gonna go for and why I'll go for that type of visa. Had a long, nice call with my friend Matthew, and yeah, that was primarily what I was doing, is just reflecting and planning things out. And I feel like being here, I'm at my parents' place right now, has really historically been the best for reflections and long-term thinking for me, for whatever reason. When I'm in Dubai, I'm just in the moment, always doing something, always on top of something. It's hard to zoom out and see the full picture. Whereas here, that's all I'm really doing. I'm not focused necessarily on just building 24/7, as much as I'm more of in this laid back, sort of zoomed out state, which is definitely good to be in this state sometimes. Though I do wish I worked more. It's sort of like, it kind of reminds me of Bali or Asia, being here on these little trips visiting my parents, because it's cool and it has its own benefits. Great nature, obviously being around my family, a lot of other perks like free rent, but it's not sustainable, and I wouldn't want to live there here long term, just the same way I wouldn't want to do it in Thailand or Bali, because it's just not optimal for work. You don't really feel hungry here because you're already set. You already have a roof above your head. And I don't know what it is about this sort of vibe. I get the same vibe in Asia, like I said, but I just don't feel, I'm not very productive here for whatever reason. With that being said, I'm gonna need to wake up in 7 hours, so I'll make this quick. And thankfully, I'll come back to Dubai. I already rented a sick apartment out there in about 6 days or 8 days or something like that, about a week roughly, or a little under a week. And yeah, been a great reflective day, but I do genuinely admit I don't think I worked enough. I don't think I worked nearly enough. And in fact, I don't think I've leveraged the reflective state enough either. I feel like the day was sort of lost. Not a good day, being honest with you, because maybe it's just the environment, and just being here reminds me of my old frequency, and I inevitably fall back into old sort of rituals and habits that I used to have here before I changed my identity. Maybe it's just an excuse, but I'm watching a ton of YouTube here, just walking around the house, speaking with my family, not working. And I don't do this when I live on my own by myself. I'm just locked in. Whereas here, I'm just laid back, and I allow myself to do more things. So definitely something to work on, because I'm not just here for a night like I was 3 weeks ago. I just came here for one night and then left the next day back to Dubai. This time I'm here, literally I'll be here for the next 7 days or so. So I cannot afford to be this unproductive for the next 7 days. So can't do this. So tomorrow I'll wake up very early, like I said, and have a nice workout, start the day right, and then just get straight to work, and just not use social media, not use my phone, not spike my dopamine levels first thing in the morning, so that I'm stimulated by work and interested in doing work. And then I'll just close the blinds, get some coffee, and I think that'll get me in a nice flow. And then for the next part of the day, the second part of the day, important part, is not to slip up and fall into the one video with lunch, and then you fall into the trap of not wanting to work after, and then the whole day's fucked. I'll probably just limit myself to just one video, and the video is going to have to be about finances or no YouTube at all with lunch and breakfast. And yeah, basically just no content, no nothing until a certain time, like 8 p.m. I think that's a good plan. And I have to do a workout in the morning, of course. So yeah, that's about it for the day. See you guys tomorrow.